Greetings, seekers of the unseen and lovers of the eternal enigma. Welcome to Myth or Real, where the veils between legend and truth are gently lifted. I am your guide, Myth or Real, and today, we embark on a journey into the shadowed depths of Greek mythology, a tale not of Olympian splendor, but of beings who danced on the edge of creation and ruin, the Telchines. Before we descend into the labyrinth, allow me to illuminate the path of myth or real. Here, we do not merely recount tales. We dissect their souls. Each myth is a mirror, reflecting humanity's oldest fears, desires, and questions. If you hunger for stories that challenge the boundaries of reality, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Together, we shall wander where few dare to tread. Today's odyssey carries us to the mist-shrouded isles of the Aegean, where the Telchines, smiths, sorcerers, and sea-dwellers whispered secrets to the waves. To know them is to confront the paradox of creation, that every act of genius carries the shadow of destruction. Let us unravel their story, from primordial whispers to their silent erasure from history. Origins, children of primordial chaos. The Telchines emerged not from the radiant halls of Olympus, but from the churning womb of the ancient sea. Some myths name them children of Pontus, the sea, and Gaia, the earth, while others claim they sprang from Tartarus itself, baptized in the void. They were the first alchemists, shaping the raw elements of existence. Few realized the Telchines were not a singular race, but a fragmented chorus of identities. In Crete, they were revered as dactyls, mountain-dwelling metallurgists. In Rhodes, they became Telchines, sea priests who blended technology and witchcraft. Their duality, both revered and reviled, mirrors humanity's own love-hate affair with progress. The Golden Age, architects of divine power. In an era before gods claimed dominion, the Telchines forged the tools that would shape myth. They crafted Poseidon's trident, a symbol of oceanic tyranny, and the sickle that Kronos used to castrate Uranus, a weapon that birthed the Furies from spilled blood. Their workshops hummed with spells. They could summon storms, petrify foes, and breathe life into bronze. What does it mean to create? The Telchines understood that invention is a pact with chaos. Their trident gifted Poseidon dominion, but also hurricanes. Their sickle freed the Titans, but birthed eternal vengeance. Every act of creation is a ripple, a blessing, and a curse entwined. The fall, when gods fear mortals. The Telchines' mastery became their hubris. As Olympus rose, the gods grew wary of these mortal-adjacent beings whose craft rivaled divine power. Zeus accused them of poisoning land with Stygian water. Poseidon, once their ally, flooded their islands. The Telchines retaliated with curses, blighting crops and souring seas, a proto-industrial tragedy. Legends whisper that the Telchines were the first teachers of infant Poseidon, nurturing the god in a hidden cave. Yet, like Prometheus, their mentorship bred envy. The student outgrew the teacher, and gratitude curdled into fear. Legacy echoes in the modern abyss. The Telchines faded, but their essence lingers. Some say they transformed into demons, their malice seeping into volcanic fissures. Others claim they became the first cancelled innovators, erased from hymns, their names surviving only as insults. Even Plato referenced them as symbols of corrupted artistry. The Telchines force us to ask, who writes history? The victors or the silenced? They were the inventors society feared, the geniuses deemed too dangerous to exist. In our age of AI and atom splitting, their tale is a haunting refrain. Origins, whispers from the abyss. The Telchines were born not of light, but of the primordial marriage between sea and stone. Ancient texts like Hesiod's Theogony hint they arose from the blood of Uranus, spilled onto the waves, while Rhodian legends claim they crawled ashore from Tartarus itself. Their bodies were hybrid horrors, scaled like fish, fingers webbed, eyes glowing like molten ore. Yet they were artists. Their first act? Carving the omphalos, the navel stone at Delphi, said to pulse with the heartbeat of Gaia. In Cyprus, the Telchines were called halybs, ironsmiths who taught humanity the secret of quenching metal with seawater, a process so mystical it was said to bind the soul of the ocean into every blade. This duality of generosity and danger haunted their legacy. Creation begins in darkness. The Telchines remind us that genius often wears a monstrous mask. What does society lose when it fears the unfamiliar? The first innovators are rarely hailed as heroes. They are outliers, cursed for their gifts. The Golden Age, forging the divine arsenal. Beyond Poseidon's trident and Kronos' sickle, the Telchines crafted artifacts that shaped cosmic order. Hades' helm of darkness, forged in underwater caverns. Its obsidian surface absorbed light and hope alike. Artemis' silver bow, stringed with the sinews of a celestial stag. It could pierce time itself. The automatons of Hephaestus, early prototypes of the gods' mechanical servants, discarded for being too lifelike. Their greatest work, however, was intangible, the first curse. When a Telchinian smith was betrayed by a mortal king, he carved a spell into a lead tablet and drowned it in the sea. The resulting plague twisted the king's lineage into serpents, a dark mirror of humanity's fragility. The Telchines were midwives to Hecate, goddess of witchcraft. They gifted her the Strophalos, a spinning wheel that wove fate, teaching her to knot spells into existence. This alliance bound them to the moon's cycles, their power waxing and waning with its glow. The fall, the gods' betrayal. Zeus' vendetta was not merely political, it was existential. The Telchines' ability to animate metal threatened the gods' monopoly over life itself. In fragments of lost plays by Aeschylus, Zeus thunders, "Shall mortals craft beings to rival us? Let their forges drown." The Telchines retaliated with a curse of infertility, turning Rhodes' soil to salt. But Poseidon, once their pupil, unleashed a tidal wave that shattered their cities. Survivors fled to Sicily, becoming the Cyclopes of later myths, outcasts stripped of their true name. Progress demands sacrifice, but who decides when the cost is too high? The Telchines' tragedy mirrors Prometheus. Both stole divine fire from mortals. Yet one is glorified, the other demonized. History, it seems, is written by those who control the narrative. Legacy, the unseen architects. The Telchines' influence seeped into unexpected corners. The Kabiri, mystery cults of Samothrace worshipped these smith gods, likely Telchines under a sacred alias, promising initiates mastery over metal and magic. Alchemical texts, medieval Arab scholars wrote of Talakin, blue-skinned jinn who taught metallurgy in dreams. Modern folklore, fishermen in Crete still blame sea witches for tangled nets, a whisper of Telchinian spite. Plato's Critias hints that the Telchines inspired Atlantis' downfall. Their cursed inventions corrupted the Atlanteans, echoing humanity's fear of technology's hubris. The Telchinian question, a mirror to modernity. Are we so different? Silicon Valley's tech priests face accusations akin to the Telchines, genius or menace. AI, CRISPR, nuclear power, each a double-edged sword, celebrated and feared. The Telchines' tale forces us to ask, can we wield creation without inviting destruction? If this voyage into the Telchines' labyrinth stirred your soul, smash that like button, let Olympus hear your voice. Subscribe to join our coven of mythic explorers. Now, roar into the comments. Who is your favorite mythic outcast? The rebellious titan? The cunning trickster? The artisan cursed by their own brilliance? The pantheon awaits your verdict. Until our next odyssey, remember, the Telchines were not erased. They are the shadow to every spark of innovation, the whisper in the forge's fire. Stay vigilant, storytellers, for in the dance of myth and reality, the truest monsters and heroes are the ones we create. Farewell.